Overcast day in the Steel Capital, and Three Rivers Stadium is jammed for this matchup between two top rivals from the AFC Central. At the moment, the Bengals lead this division by 2 full games over Pittsburgh, so the Steelers need help. Not only do they have to win their last 2, they have to hope that Cincinnati would lose next week against Atlanta. That should happen. Pittsburgh would win the division, having a better interdivisional record. But the pressure is on both these teams today as we come to big game day in Pittsburgh. I'm Don Cricky with John Brody and Chuck Noll, whose teams have won 4 Super Bowls. And here is Pittsburgh kicking off. David Berger takes the short kickoff at the 12. He's to the 20. Berger fumbles. Play football. Pittsburgh has the ball. The Pittsburgh Steelers
in the house before he finally did pick it up. You can see the surface is rather tough, but they're trying to make a big play early. If you're Pittsburgh, you say, hey, we need a break early to get Malone started, get things underway. He couldn't ask for a better
time. Let's see how he does under pressure. He said, we're all going to find that out because we're going to pressure him early. With a run to Franco Harris. And Harris takes the ball on a 1st and 10 carry down close to right tackle. Brown out with an injury. It is 2nd down and 7 now for Pittsburgh. Deep I 7. The pitch back goes to Pollard, who's been in the game. And a great defensive play. Bo Harris, 53. Wilson Whitley, the middle guard. Ross Brown at right end. Bo Harris, Jim LeClaire, Glenn Cameron, Reggie Williams back the line. 2 good corners, and Lewis Friedman and Ken Riley, inexperienced, but hitters in the secondary, and Bobby Kemp and Brian Hicks. Now it's 3rd down and 8 for Pittsburgh after they recovered the fumble on the opening kickoff. Malone takes it up. And they get to Garza's last 10 games. It's a high one now. Looks like it might carry in. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. And so the Bengals over. Quarterback. Number 14 right in there with his 101 rating. Having the greatest year of a long career. Pitchback. Pete Johnson takes the ball ahead across the 20 on a 1st down carry and gets out to about the 23. Gary Dunn reaching the offensive line. 2nd down. Coming up now for Cincinnati. Charles Alexander puts his head down and gets to the 26. Steelers are 4th against the Cincinnati. No score in the 1st quarter. Isaac Curtis goes in motion as Anderson takes a drop, fires in the flat. Isaac Curtis is knocked down on an outstanding defensive play by Donnie Shell, but
that's a very good spot.
Looked like Shell might have knocked him down short of it. The spot was at the 30.
Well, we don't see it either feet over the 30, but it's where the ball is. They felt the ball was above the 5. He said, we can play for some action today, and I got to be in it.
In recent years, the Bengals, that's all that was on the line for them was pride at season's end. Now they're going for the money. Here's Anderson on 1st down, swings it out. Pete Johnson, he's alone with a head of steam, and he gets out to the 36-yard line. 2 with good speed. Now it's 2nd down and 5 for Cincinnati. Steelers leave early. We'll see if they were drawn offside as Anderson stands 9. The best records in the American Conference.
14 on the offense, still 2nd down.
Yep. We'll be on top of all the games today as we come down the stretch of NFL 81 and head for the playoffs. Now it's 2nd down and almost 10 for Cincinnati. To the run they go, and Pete Johnson takes it ahead. He might have a 1st down. Running straight at the Steelers, Pete.
Zach, one-on-one out here in the left tackle position. You get a chance to see that when you call a draw play, okay, and a guy like Banaszak has decided he's got to get after the passer.
Hey, now it's a 1st down for Cincinnati. There's no score in the 1st quarter. Ball at the Bengal 40. Steelers trying to come. Here's the blitz. The throw, and look at the great reception. It might be enough for another 1st down as the Bengals go to the quick pass. And Niall O'Donoghue has just kicked a 30-yard field goal. St. Louis leads the Giants 3-0. Really see a big effect in the NFC wild card. Here's a handoff. Pete Johnson takes it straight ahead, and Johnson goes from his 49-yard line back inside the 45.
The line of scrimmage so well that. Now listen, Banaszak's an excellent defensive lineman. He is 5 yards off the line of scrimmage before anyone makes contact. Now
it's 2nd down and 4. Anderson takes a deep drop, throws long. Going to be intercepted or a touchdown. Which does it go to? Incomplete in the end zone. Dwayne Woodruff goes up against Isaac Curtis, and it comes up as a long out.
Kenny put up one of the few ducks that he throws, and people have said, what kind of effect does his sore toe have on his delivery? And I think you've just seen it. Sometimes 2 or 3 times one that looks a little suspect because all the weight has to start from his right toe. And we see Anthony Munoz giving him plenty of protection. That's a load.
Well, that is. Vanacek didn't get near the quarterback. But now, 9th play of this drive is a 3rd and 4 play for Cincinnati. 43-yard line of Pittsburgh and no score. Here's Anderson. Standing in, swinging it out. Catching the ball is Pete Johnson. Woodruff catches.
They've made 4 first downs, and they haven't had a yard to spare on all of them. Here's Kenny with check his motion. Just a little flare pass. You don't really get to see much about his motion as when he throws it in the flat. There isn't a lot behind it. There's just enough behind the run, though, to pick up their 4th straight first down.
Cincinnati's been delivering on 3rd down this drive, John. Right now, with the first down marker again given to Cincinnati, the Bengals roll on. Anderson sets up, takes a look again, goes to the outlet man, this time with Alexander.
In a situation like that, if he runs a good route, he doesn't get there too early. He waits around, gives you a chance to look downfield, and then creates a perfect angle for the quarterback to throw the ball, hit him on the dead run. He's picked up 7 yards before he's even been.
He only gets 4 or 5 carries a game, and now he moves out in the flank, goes Alexander. As a pass catcher, Johnson the lone setback, and he runs the ball. That's Pittsburgh. 2nd down and 4 in their last 2. Really their best chance is probably to win the division rather than to go as a wild card. They'll have to beat Cincinnati today and hope the Bengals lose next week. Steelers come with a blitz, and Chris Collinsworth goes up and gets the ball, but you saw the penalty markers as the Steelers.
Reason for Anderson having the year he's having.
Offsides. Number 31 on the defense.
18-yard gain.
Line, first down.
It was against the Steelers in the first quarter.
Throw the ball. The job is not done.
San Diego leads Tampa Bay 7-0. Bounce to Eric Sievers for a touchdown. Pete Johnson on a first down. They've had their problems after those recent great weeks. They tailed off, losing to Buffalo with all the offense. Still couldn't put up more points. Anderson loses the ball, and the Pittsburgh Steelers in a fight for it. Anderson might have it. Gary Dunn was the guy crashing through, and Anderson did come up with.
Thing is wide open, and they had Charles Alexander standing all alone. Look at number 40 coming out of your picture. There is nobody in the whole area that's covering him. They had the guy beat. Anderson goes to throw. The ball falls out of his hand. He made a great play just to be the first one on it.
Collinsworth is wide left. Isaac Curtis back to the near side in motion, and here is Anderson with time. Over the middle, and Collinsworth takes the ball in a hard hit. Ron Johnson nailed him, and then some more black. No points on the board yet. Jim Breach and the Bengals looking for the first score of this game. Cincinnati surviving a fumble of the opening kickoff, not allowing Pittsburgh to move the ball. Plenty of distance. Nope. But he's wide, and it doesn't go. Pittsburgh Steelers, after the Bengals had the ball for 7.5 minutes, you still have a scoreless game. Mark Malone throws, and Lynn Swan goes up but can't come down with the. Franco finds room and crashes ahead, and Franco Harris gets very close.
Day of Pittsburgh to have any real good chance of either getting in the playoffs or winning this ball game. Here's a man who needs 91 yards to be the first guy in the history of the game to have 8-1.
Starter's gun. Franco came out running today. 3rd down and less than a yard. End off, they go to Franco, and he dives ahead and gets out to the 36-yard line. He needed only to get to the Steelers, and Pittsburgh goes 1st and 10. Right back to the money, and Franco Harris takes it out to the 40-yard line. Gain 20 yards.
All right, you take a look at Mike Webster. You take a look at Horn, who's playing really in the middle and has been alternating all year long. Big, strong fella, but when you're up against Webster, you better be strong.
2nd down and 6 now. Pittsburgh at their 40. Malone right back to Franco. He likes it. Franco takes it to the 49-yard line. It's a first down for the Steelers.
In a row. That gives a guy like Malone an opportunity to do whatever he'd like to do in critical situations. When you're going to run the ball on first and 10,
out in the end and knocked him out of the way, and now at 1st and 10 they go to Holland. who takes the ball down to the 49-yard line. He got barely in for Pittsburgh. No score in the first quarter. Steelers just across midfield. Malone deep drop. Lose to Russ. Throws. And Riley had that.
Look at this. I mean, a guy like Ken Riley's going to take that one, wrap it for Christmas, and run it down the field about 40 yards. That's the third break. Things are going their way.
Malone so far is 0 for 3 throwing the ball. He's almost 1 for 3 there, but to the wrong guy. Here's a handoff, and Franco Harris on a 3rd down and 9 play rushes the ball to the 46-yard line at River Stadium. Nothing on the board, and now the Steelers have to punt the ball. Colquitt hits it downfield very nicely. Going to hop down inside the 10. Steelers take it right down to the 1-yard line. Well, you're right, John. Things have been going the Steelers' way earlier. With a 45-yard punt that was down at the 1-yard line. Late in the first quarter. Bengals looking for room to run, and the Steelers looking to free the football from Pete Johnson.
And last week, I guess so many people have alluded to for all their championship years, it's number 58, Jack Lambert, who keeps the group together. He gives Bradshaw the ball when the game is close. Last week, their offense played pretty well, but their defense was blown out.
I said, John, that they almost missed Lambert when he went out Monday night more than they missed Bradshaw when he went out because Oakland started to run the ball right up the middle when Lambert went. Now, on a 2nd down and 9 play, Cincinnati drives the ball out close to the Bengals' 5-yard line, but little more. They don't convert here, though. Pittsburgh should get the ball in good field position. Anderson into the end zone. Here comes the rush. He throws. Very nearly intercepted. Charles Alexander had the ball off his finger to get it back in a punt.
There's bad execution at a most critical time. They can actually get themselves out of a trap, carry on with the drive. Anderson makes a bad throw. Alexander doesn't come down with the ball on a certain.
Cincinnati had the ball for 7.5 minutes, but ultimately missed the field goal, so there's no points in this game. McAnally punts the ball from the end zone. Anderson takes it for Pittsburgh. He's across the 50, looks for a channel of blockers, and there's none there. And good coverage by the Bengals, led by linebacker Jeff Shue, 59. It's a tackle because he didn't get to the quarterback, he said. Had him playing the wrong way. Mark Malone takes a look on 1st down, throws it out to Benny Cunningham. It's off his fingertips. And the Steelers go to 2nd and 10. Again.
They'll have to win the division.
20 business. 2nd and 10. Frank Pollard finds the room, and he breaks it. Another tackle. Pollard's inside the 40-foot race to the 30. So Frank Pollard, as the first quarter comes to an end.
Pollard gets a great block from Penny on the play. Corson leads him well, but now he outruns the secondary, picks up the 1st down. They've got the ball in excellent field position as the quarter ends.
1,000 variables, and he didn't project a very good chance for the Pittsburgh Steelers of getting to the playoffs. They don't buy it. Here's a handoff going to Franco Harris inside the 30 on a 1st down carry, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage as linebacker going to be at the Orange Bowl for a couple of great ones. Next Saturday is, of course, New Year's Day night, the national championship of college football on the line. The 1982 Orange Bowl, Clemson in Nebraska. Malone goes for the strike on 2nd down, and believe it or not, he's one of the 3 fastest players in this team. Even with the bad knee, he can go. 3rd and 9, Malone sets up, takes a look, fires. There's an open man. Lynn Swan is ahead, but there's a penalty marker down in the Pittsburgh backfield. It could be a hold against the Steelers.
All indications point toward it. Both teams stopping each other, stopping themselves one after another. You know, you're mentioning it as we look at Mark Malone, what great speed he has, and I've thought for years that may be the biggest detriment a quarterback can have, because he'll start to rely on a quality that really isn't needed to play the position of quarterback. Run out of the pocket too quick, not take enough time to do the things he could if he was just a thrower.
Holding number 62 on the offense. Still 3rd down.
That's why you never use your speed.
Okay, Lynn Swan just running a simple little pattern. Got a clean lane. Maybe because of the hole.
3rd down and 20 now. So Malone's got to pump it long. He swings it out. Swing pass to Franco. Look at that hit. Oh, Harris crashes into the Pittsburgh fullback and knocks him down to the 31-yard line. That'll bring up.
I don't expect Colquitt to come in this time. I think Trout's leg is strong enough to kick it from 49 yards, and that's what they're doing.
That screen pass play to Franco Harris was Mark Malone's first completion of the day. Trout comes in the game. Young free agent out of the University of Pittsburgh. Setting up for a long try. 38-yard line, 48-yard attempt. Colquitt, the punter's the holder. He can hit it a long way, this guy. He's the smallest player out there. He's got a lot of whip. He's got the distance. He's got the range. The Pittsburgh Steelers go on the board first on a 48-yard field goal.
A wagon with front-wheel drive for superb traction. Rack and pinion steering.
Where's your coat? You sacrificed everything for beauty, huh?
You got that one going up the road and collar there. What is that?
It's warm.
Handoff.
Oh.
There we go. He's going to break it. Archie Griffin takes it across the 35-yard line. Got to about the 36. Bengals have a little problem running back these kickoffs. The first one, Verser broke for a moment. Right on NBC, a special edition of NCAA basketball, 11:30 Eastern Time. Right now, Anderson rolls out, throws over the middle. What a finely executed play, and Chris Collinsworth takes it ahead to the 49-yard line of Pittsburgh. 14-yard gain.
These are the kind of patterns, Don, that when Cincinnati and Pittsburgh met earlier in the year, Anderson threw at will. Little Fuller patterns, get the linebackers moving one way, throw underneath them. Collinsworth was his receiver on that day. They run some cute little patterns, and they're going to have to start completing a few more if they're going to beat Pittsburgh today.
Right now it is 3-0 Pittsburgh. 12:24 to play in the first half. Steelers bring a lot of people up to the line of scrimmage. Anderson goes to the run. Charles Alexander turns upfield. Doesn't get too much to about the 46-yard line. Swept under.
Number 67, Gary Dunn. He's been doing a yeoman's job all year long. You can see Blair Bush pushing him toward the hole, but he doesn't get much penetration. When you don't push the defensive lineman more than 4 or 5 feet off the line of scrimmage, you're not going to make much yardage.
His greatest player ever. Horace Gregg knows about Super Bowl rings. He has 3. 2 from Green Bay, 1 from Dallas. He was a player coach there, and now Anderson goes back to the throw, and again he makes the exceptions this year.
This guy has been coming up with these kind of throws all year long. Ross did not beat Lambert on this given play. Just made a great catch to come down with the ball for a first down. Lambert's not buying it. He doesn't like that.
With a concussion. He's right back in there. The key to the Steeler defense. Now on 1st and 10, another throw, this time in the flat, it's incomplete. Put him in as the number 1 quarterback a year later. For a career that's seen him down many times with injuries, he's been a standout twice, has led the NFL in passing. Now, bad foot and all, here is Anderson on the run. Uh-oh. The lame don't just walk, they run when it's playoff time.
Well, I think he can run all right. It's when he throws the ball that he's going to have a little problem. His right foot, when he plants, has got to be tender. Just a little attention is all it needs to keep him from being pinpoint perfect. And remember, all year long he has been perfect, and that's why Cincinnati's in the position they are. Today, so far, he hasn't shown that.
You'll recall the Bengals were down close before. Then a snap from center was fumbled. There was a subsequent 18-yard loss, and then a long field goal try was wide. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. 3rd down and 1. Pitch back. Pete Johnson, the big fullback, breaks it for enough for the first down. He's down to the 20.
Receivers, Don, so that they can get a one-on-one situation with Pete Johnson without a linebacker. If he can work on a defensive end. You can see Robin Cole's trying to do his job, but he's got a receiver to handle first. That gives Johnson a chance to get to him at the line of scrimmage and pick up the...
And so it goes as we come to the 7th play of this Cincinnati drive. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. They trail 3-0. Second quarter. Ross coming back at the ball.
This is a time when he's trying to come to Ross right in the middle, in between linebackers. You see Ross gets behind Lambert, but he runs into another player, Robin Cole, very swiftly. You're going to go broke if you have to try and complete those all day.
So the Bengals break the huddle now. 2nd down and 10 at the 27-yard line of Pittsburgh. 9:15 to play first half. Big Pete Johnson runs the ball and gets ahead from the Cincinnati team. The NCAA record holder from Washington State. 3rd and 8. Anderson left early again. That was Anderson. Means the Marcus Allen Bowl. That may be it. 3rd down and 13. Anderson, pump faking, eludes one tackle. Here he goes again. And very wisely, he bails out as best he can down to 21. Well short of a first down, but well within field goal range for Jim Breach. Steelers almost had him. Beasley and Dunn were in on him. Anderson eluded it. And here comes Jim Breach out now to try the field goal. You recall his first one, a long attempt, was wide. Steelers are leading this game 3-0. Private will hold for Cincinnati. The 38-yard attempt. Breach is up and Breach is good. And the Cincinnati Bengals have tied the game at 3-all with 7:27 left to play in the first half. Cincinnati on the 38-yard field goal by Breach has tied it up, and we'll be back. Back at Three River Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The 7:27 on the clock remains in the second quarter, and we're tied up now 3-all. Breach kicks off. Anderson takes it at the 10 for Pittsburgh. He's to the 25 and out to the 31-yard line. Miami playing at Kansas City. They're getting set to kick off at 2 o'clock Eastern start. Buffalo leading New England 14-7. Swing passes out to Franco Harris, who's out to Vince Swan at the top of your screen. John Stallworth is on the left flank. Franco came out of his three-point. And so this play will come back. The Bengals are liable to take the play as they made the knockdown for a loss. Glenn Cameron and Reggie Williams coming through. Out west, it's tight.
Illegal motion, number 32 on the offense. Penalty is declined. It's the
takes a look and throws, and the pass is completed, then lost as John Stallworth had his hands on it. It was incomplete.
A well-run pattern and a well-thrown ball. Burley unloaded on Mark Malone just as he threw the ball. Stayed right in there, put the ball the only place it could be thrown. Good recovery by Lewis Breeden, knocks the ball loose from Stallworth and slot of the Bengal offense all day long.
Well, here's Colquitt to punt again. Hits a spiral, long but low. It'll come back. Running it back is Mike Fuller, and he's up the middle of the field and across the 40 and out to the 44-yard line. For the Bengals.
So far in the second, Anderson's too good to be kept off the board this long.
Alley pitches back again to Johnson. Not a lot there, but Big Pete weaves his way ahead and gets across the 40. Well, Greg said exactly that before the game. We're not going to run on it with any consistency. We've got to set up a pass. Here's Anderson doing just that. Play faking a couple times, throwing down the field, not out of bounds. Archie Griffin was
different than it has been earlier in the year. I'm sure his toe is causing that. Take a look at Jack Ham. This guy can cover backs. He's on Archie Griffin. Nobody ever gets good position on Jack Ham, and they try him so simple.
Cincinnati was in there all day long. The first time these two teams met in mid-October, that 34-7 Bengal game, but today it's a 3-3 game in the second quarter as Anderson on 3rd down and 6 throws and completes it to Collinsworth for a first down. The rookie foul.
He does things that it's really difficult to teach. You can see Collinsworth with the wide coverage, perfect timing, gives Anderson a chance to set up, lets the tight end clear out, cuts right off in by
47 yards. First down and 10 Cincinnati. 44-yard line of Pittsburgh. 3-3 is the score. Anderson again goes out to his back, or tries to, but this time one of those big Steelers slaps it down.
LC.
Hollywood back scoring in this game.
And LC, man, as you mentioned, has played 13 years in critical situations on defensive end as there is.
Second and 10, they pitch back to Charles Alexander. That time Greenwood is right in on the play again, coming across the field, number 68. Now, 3rd down and 9 for Cincinnati. Collinsworth running a pattern over the middle and turns out. Anderson takes a look at him, now throws, and the ball is caught. And look at that hit by Mel Blunt. Anderson went
Play this 3-deep zone. Underneath, they play man-to-man coverage. You at home, take a look. You can't see anyone open. That's why Anderson finally has to come off to Johnson, and the Steelers stuff the drive.
Fourth down coming up in 4. Clock running with 3:23 to play. Jim Breach coming out a little late, but here he comes.
Well, it's well within his distance. It's 50 yards. I think it's worth a go.
He's hit one from this far earlier in the season. Steve Kreider set the hold. Look at this. Lambert thought he saw the center move the ball.
I'll tell you what, he better have seen. I hope he did, because if not, that 5 yards is going to where they're only 50. I mentioned it was within his reach. This is 56-yard try. Yep.
Critical error by a player who makes very few. Jack Lambert, you saw him come smashing through and blast the center. Lambert has no argument. He's not saying anything to the officials.
Well, it's a first down. That's the big problem.
So instead of a 51-yard field goal attempt,
Encroachment, number 58 on the defense. First down.
that sure was encroachment.
Well, the problem there is, Don, Jack might have seen it, and it probably happened. But if the official doesn't see it, you don't get the call. They get a first down.
He encroached very forcibly on Blair Bush, knocked him flat in his back. And the Bengals beneficiaries of the 5 yards in the first down. Now with 3:07 to play, they go first and 10 from the Pittsburgh 32. Anderson swings it out again. He hits this all day long, and again Pete Johnson with a head of steam crashes at the Pittsburgh defense. He goes down to the 29. 6 to go for the first down. Anderson looks again. He goes to Pete Johnson. Blockers are there. They don't do much for him, though. They kind of watched him go by.
Well, what you have to do.
2 minutes to go in the first half here at Three River Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Next Saturday, a special edition of NFL 81, a big Saturday matchup. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins at the Orange Bowl. NFL 81 starts at 3:30. They kick off at 4. Now, the Bengals with the ball, 3rd down and 2. In a game that's tied up on field goals at 3-3, Pete Johnson takes it ahead, and he's down to the 21-yard line. And he's ahead for a first down. Was it Arnold Powers that when he hit 50? I'm now playing the back 9. First 1,000-yard season for Pete Johnson as he takes it ahead in the play for a first down to the 21-yard line. Johnson takes it down to the 20. Not much there.
Critical drive, Don, particularly for the...
John, having played 17 years, it's a game of peaks and valleys. The Bengals were on a roll earlier this season. On a 5-game stretch, they outscored the opposition by 17 points a game. Collinsworth going for the ball, can't hold in routes. I want you to comment a little bit on just what that's all about, the option route. He and Anderson do a little ad-libbing. Now it's Collinsworth over the middle. They go right back to him, and Collinsworth is down to the 7-yard line with an on-the-knees reception for a first down, but a penalty. No, there's no penalty. There's a timeout signal, though, by the Bengals.
That's the way I read it.
He takes them at 50-1 against the Steelers. 13th play of this drive, and the Bengals start to challenge now first and goal from the 7-yard line. Anderson with time. Here comes Gary Dunn. Anderson hurrying, throws. He skips one in the dirt. Second down and goal for Cincinnati. 25 seconds to play in the half, and this game is tied 3-all. This time Joe Green leaves early.
Well, you know why? Because Kenny's got...
It's number 75.
Quarterbacks start their...
Let's see, as Anderson sets 2 people wide left and sends Kreider in motion to the right. Second and goal from the 4. Pete Johnson down to the 2-yard line, and the clock runs down to 20 seconds and then is stopped as the Bengals get another timeout call.
I guess they didn't.
Here it is again, John.
Okay, they're trying to pick it up. They've done so throughout the course of the year, but against the Pittsburgh Steelers, when you've got 4 yards to go for a touchdown.
Green Bay. That won't be easy. The Packers are rolling again today, and Richard their 6th win in the last 7 weeks as they're beating New Orleans 14-0. Right now, it's 3rd down and goal, Cincinnati. Anderson dumps it out. Touchdown to Isaac Curtis. The fleet receiver.
Everybody in the game. He takes almost no time at all. He gets to Isaac just when he starts to make his break, outruns everybody to the corner. Very simple touchdown.
Boy, was he something, wasn't he, over the years, Isaac Curtis? Absolutely unbelievable deep speed, and the hands just flew. They're so deep in wide receiver, Cincinnati. They get another great one in the first round that hasn't really exploded on the scene yet, but they say he's going to David Mercer from Kansas, who was actually drafted ahead of Collinsworth. Now Breach will try the point after, which he connects on, and so the Bengals go out in front 10-3 with just 17 seconds to play in the first half. Here, along with Larry Anderson. Squibs it downfield, a couple of hops. Fielded by Anderson and straight ahead. As time is running out in the first half. Anderson breaks it. Breach has a play out, and Breach gets him. There he is. All today is John Stallworth, who came in as the leading pass receiver with 55 receptions for Pittsburgh. Swan on the right. And Malone with the deep drop swings it over to Franco Harris. He's hemmed in and knocked down. And that will do it for the first. Now they call timeout with a second to play. They get another play off. Any quarterback has ever done or maybe ever will do. He has thrown for a touchdown, run for a touchdown, and caught a touchdown pass all in one season. He set a record, a 90-yard reception earlier this year at Seattle. Up for grabs. The first half ends. There was an interception by Jim LeClaire as Cincinnati had everybody but Forrest Gregg back there pass covering. So the first half comes to an end, and the Cincinnati Bengals on the late touchdown. The throw to Isaac Curtis take a 10-3 lead. The Bengals with a victory, and we're set now for the start of the second half. As you look at the first half statistical breakdown, the Bengals were the dominant team, and they lead in the game 10-3.
You know, neither team really has run the ball on the field, and this is a big test for him in the second half to give Pittsburgh any chance at all.
Here's the kickoff, fielded up. Short kickoff, and Russell Davis takes it back to the 34-yard line. Pass play. As John mentioned, he had 3 completions out of 10 throws in the first half, and they were all little dump-offs to his fullback, Franco Harris. They go to Harris on the run, and Franco comes out of the blocks and takes it across the 35-yard line where needing 6 yards. They go to Franco, and he takes it to the 40. It'll bring up third and about 3.
For the last several years, he's been a top flight
defense. Third and 2, almost 3, and Malone sure has time. Now he swings it out. Look at the hit put on Thornton. He caught the ball. Reggie Williams got a free drop out.
It looks from this angle as if they just have enough for the first down.
They do.
And he was trying to get down the field on this play. There was no one open. Reggie Williams put his label on several backs over the last several years.
Most amazing, wing back, the lower portion of screen 88. That's Harris in motion. Different look on offense now. Malone throws, and Lynn Swan was wide open on a slant.
Seated right now. He might have made a diving catch if he put both hands out. He wanted to elude the free safety after he caught the ball.
And lineman, this time to the run, and Pollard turns upfield. Loses his footing, cutting back, and now it's going to be Sweeney comes in. He's wide right. Jim Smith in the game. Steelers load up on wide receivers, and Malone stands in, eludes the rush, but just for a moment. And then Wilson Whitley from Houston knocks him down, the 265-pound middle.
Is back in the pocket. Now take a look. After you've played several games, you just get a feel of where to go when things get a little tight. Now he could have moved to his left. Instead, Ray Penny's standing on Whitley. He runs right into Whitley, and it's just a reaction away.
Now here's the punt. Colton hits it. Mike Fuller signals for and makes the fair catch at the 18-yard line. The Bengals will start your local listings for the games in your area. Here at Pittsburgh today, Don Cricky with John Brody and the Pittsburgh Steelers trailing Cincinnati 10-3. The Bengals running the ball on their first play of the second half from scrimmage.
We've been talking about
Johnson going over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career today, and here is the second back throw. Again, they go to Alexander, and he drives hard. Alexander on 2nd and 3 crashes ahead for a first down.
The tackles, they're in trouble because they set everything up for him to be in on the play. This time the back just comes off to the left side. You see Lambert nowhere in sight. He's already tried something on the left side.
Comes out wide to the left on first down for Cincinnati. 2 wide men to the right side. Anderson playing well. Despite that foot, he goes out to Collinsworth, who makes a dive back at the ball, catches it on the first throws of 15 completions. Second down now. 2nd and 4. Over the middle. middle. Collinsworth makes a play on the ball with
all year long. You see their offensive line giving him plenty of time to throw. He's standing in there. Anthony Munoz and Banaszak. It's tough to get by an Anthony Munoz. Anderson throws the ball down the field, and we haven't seen any great.
Third down now for the Bengals. They lead 10-3 early in the third quarter. Steelers keep some people up front. Here's penalty markers down as Anderson steps in, throws, and behind Collinsworth, and Anderson goes down hard. That time Banaszak did beat Anthony Munoz and got through.
3 or 4 of them beat everybody.
Call's going to be against Cincinnati.
Illegal formation by the offense. By the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Cincinnati has beaten the Steelers the last 3 times they've played, and they lead today. High kick, well done by McAnally to the 22, and Anderson starts upfield, breaks it at the 30, spins off, not done yet. Crosses the 35 and gets to the 36-yard line. 81 show with Brian Kemmel, a 4 o'clock kickoff, Buffalo at Miami. And now on 1st down, the Steelers go to the run, and Franco. But the problem with our team is we have brain damage to players and coaches. And admitting his players and coaches aren't too smart. Here's Lynn Swann down the sideline with an excellent reception. And Lynn Swann's down to the 41-yard line. Brian Hicks finally ran out. There was the perfect play.
We've been a little critical, and I have been particularly, that if Malone is going to get anything going, he has to go down the field to his wide receivers. A lot of times that can come from direction on the sideline. If they don't run you down the field, it's pretty hard to complete balls down there.
Malone with a perfect throw to Lynn Swann. Now looking to make another. Malone will lose the rest. Here's his running ability. This guy is a sprinter. Malone takes it inside the 30, and he's got another 1st down as the Steelers start to move now.
The quarterback in this case is going to have to do it because number 55 has had the best of the Pittsburgh Steelers all afternoon. This time he's back in his pass drop. Malone's on the run, picking up a 1st down. Good hit, but that's 2 in a row.
1st and 10. Working hard, he's to the 24. Play was blown dead when he went down. 2nd down and 6 now for Pittsburgh. Thornton taking the hits, driving for the yards. Not a whole lot, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and win. There's no other way around this. They must win this week and next week. They hope that Cincinnati loses too. And now Malone runs again. Loses the ball. Free football. Corson has it for Pittsburgh, but there's a substantial loss on the play.
Right here, Franco Harris comes clean. Mark Malone doesn't quite see him in time. As soon as he starts to move out to the left, now he sees Franco, but he has to find a way to get him the ball. Starts to do so, tries to make a good play. Reggie Williams gets the ball. He can't throw it. It's a fumble, and now imagine down there having to go at it.
And almost 17. Malone throws. Swann had it and lost it after mounting a challenge or stop.
Malone throws actually a very nice ball. It's the kind that Swann comes up with on occasion. He didn't happen to do so this time, and it's at a very critical time in the ball game.
Ray River Stadium, you see with the last play before we broke, the throw to Lynn Swann that was almost there.
And I totally agree with the decision of Chuck Noll. He knows something has to happen. 4th and 17, had a chance, didn't come up with it.
And Anderson has gone the distance at quarterback for Cincinnati. Greg talking about how so many good players go their whole careers without ever being part of a championship team. The Bengals can put the lock on today with a win. Here's Franco, nothing there. As Cincinnati's defense continues to rise up. That time, Mike St. Clair, busting through. He's playing in place of the best defensive lineman on the Cincinnati team. Eddie Edwards is out with an injury. St. Clair has done well.
That's right, and Bo Harris was responsible for making this play. He takes Pollard, tries to block him. He's a good blocker, but he can't handle Bo on this play. Contains from the outside. The inside pursuit catches up and knocks him for about an 8-yard loss.
Greg Colquitt back at the 44-yard line to punt the ball. Mike Fuller comes up on it. Fair catches at the 13. And again, the Bengals take over possession of the ball. 1st and 10 with 13:01 left to play in the game. So So Forrest Gregg and his Cincinnati Bengals in the fourth quarter with the lead in the game. It'll give them the conference championship for the division.
In business, you have only so much time. Don't fall behind. Make your time more productive through the Bell Network, the world's most advanced information management system. With long distance, you can call ahead for appointments, resolve service problems, sell your smallest accounts. You are already part of the network. Use it. Put our knowledge to work for you. The Information Management Network from Bell.
I have found my new car, the Chrysler LeBaron series for 1982. LeBaron combines high mileage and luxury. The coupe even has a Mark Ross interior available. And no other car has front-wheel drive, luxury, and seat 6 at so surprising a price. Lee Iacocca's dream to combine high mileage and luxury is a reality. The 1982 Chrysler LeBaron series, they are like no other cars in America, Europe, or Japan. My new car.
When Quincy counsels a dying woman
What can I do for her?
and her distraught family,
You're being a quitter. You won't fight.
he learns a lesson in living Wednesday.
The Pittsburgh Steelers just have not been able to get it together, John. What's gone wrong here?
Well, I think it's pretty self-evident. You're playing a quarterback in the biggest game he's ever played in. It's the first one he's ever played in. You're playing against a team that's dominating defensively. Kenny Anderson's doing all the things he has to do to keep the ball away from the Pittsburgh offense, and I don't think he's going to change instruction.
Well, Monday night, Malone moved the ball all over the field against the Oakland Raiders. He was as good as Bradshaw was before he went out. Today, he's been absolutely ineffective. The Steeler defense still has some punch left as they come in with a crashing tackle. Jack Lambert leads the charge. Malone was great Monday night. Nothing short of great. He was as good as Terry Bradshaw.
Well, that's true, and today it's been a little bit different. Here's Pete Johnson trying to do his part. Block on Banaszak to help Alexander, but 4 or 5 others grabbed him. The defense of Pittsburgh was hanging in there.
Now it is second down and 13. Anderson taking a drop inside his 5, throws down the middle, and there is Isaac Curtis all the way down to the 46-yard line. How many times over the years has that combination struck for the long one? Ken Anderson to the fleet Isaac Curtis, a 45-yard gain on the play. So Anderson gets his club out of the hole in a hurry.
And the play was so beautiful because he really takes J.T. Thomas, pumps once to the left to open up the area so that when he throws it to Curtis, Thomas is out of the play. That's the play of a great quarterback.
Johnson takes the ball inside the 40. First down carry, gets to the 38-yard line.
You can see all these.
I'm Sam Nover. This is a big day in the NFL as the season draws to a close. Tonight at 11:15 here on Channel 11, we'll have the Steeler comments on the game you're watching, plus highlights from around the league and a look at the playoff picture in the NFL. Join Rocky Blyer and me for Sports Week tonight at 11:15 on Channel 11.
Second down and 2 now after the game by Johnson with 11:02 to play in the game. Cincinnati in the lead 17-3. Gary is inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. Miami holding to a 3-point lead at the half over Kansas City. With the win today, Miami will hold to the divisional lead in the AFC East, with Buffalo coming in next Saturday for that big showdown that could decide the division championship. Forrest Gregg can have a division championship with him on the way back to Cincinnati today. Down and 10 now for the Bengals. Johnson to the 32-yard line. Cincinnati now running that clock with the running game.
You bet, wouldn't you? You're within 10 minutes of your first divisional championship for most of these fellas ever.
First one in 11 years.
Against Pittsburgh at their home.
Anderson is 11th here, and LeClaire is 10th. second down and 8. Chris Collinsworth catches another one. And again, good for a Cincinnati first down. And Collinsworth is down to the 21-yard line. He's caught 8 balls today for 90 yards.
I just like the way that Lindy Infante has got this whole offense organized for Cincinnati. He's using receivers in different parts of the field all day long. That time he gets a one-on-one situation with his best receiver right now. And if you don't have any linebacker help, you're one-on-one on Collinsworth, you're going to get beat.
The last 2 meetings, the Bengals have just dominated Pittsburgh. October 18th, it was 34-0 at one point late in the third quarter, and ultimately 34-7. Right now, 17-3. Look at a great play by Anderson, but there is a penalty marker down as he pump fakes long and then throws to his fullback over the middle. But the penalty marker does come down.
That's holding on Max Montoya, I believe. He was on his knees watching the official when he threw it right at him.
Cincinnati will head to Atlanta next weekend.
Holding, number 65 on the offense, still first down.
Another of the people you don't hear a lot about has been a great player in the offensive line of Cincinnati, Max Montoya, in just his 3rd year from UCLA. These offensive linemen aren't only good, they're young. Mike Wilson, the right tackle, is in his 4th year. Max Montoya, 3rd year. Blair Bush, the center, 6th year. Lappin's at left guard today. Bushnach out. Bushnach only the 6th year. Lappin is 8th, and Munoz only his 2nd year. Here is Pete Johnson taking the pass and running the ball down to the 26-yard line as they set the screen up to Big Pete.
You know, we talk about how big all these fellas are, but let's take a look at number 65, Max Montoya. This is a screen pass. Now, for a man 265, 70 pounds to be able to get out, get in front of the play, take on a jack cam, give his back a chance to pick up a few yards, it takes a little flexibility also.
He got out there very nicely, did Max Montoya, and so the Bengals now have second down coming up. 8th play of this drive. They've been sustaining offense throughout. Time of possession has been very definitely theirs, and so too as the scoreboard is at 17-3. Cincinnati in the lead with 8:02 left to play in the game. Every marker comes in on that play.
77 on the offense.
NBC Sports on New Year's Day for the very best in college football. Starting at 1:30 Eastern Time, it's the Fiesta Bowl with Joe Paterno's Penn State team taking on Southern California. Then Washington meets Iowa in the Rose Bowl. And finally, the national championship of the college football game will be on the line. New Year's Day night when number 1 Clemson goes against Nebraska. All New Year's Day on NBC Sports.
Don, you know, we've been doing the Orange Bowl for a while. This will be my 6th one. This is the first time, even though they've had so many great games, where I think they've got the 2 outstanding teams in the country going at it.
Well, 2 computers that rate everything say Nebraska's number 1. The 2 polls have Clemson number 1. 7:53 left on the incomplete pass. Now New England scores a touchdown and gets back in its game with Buffalo trailing 19-10 in the 3rd quarter. After the game, we'll be going to NFL 81. Brian Campbell will be updating all the scores and the big plays of this day, this 15th weekend of play. Buffalo going for a playoff spot. New England going for perhaps the number 2 position in the draft. First, they have their showdown with Baltimore next week. Nobody's liable to win that. 3rd down and 22. Intercept for the 6th time this season for the Steelers. He's back to the 29-yard line. Jack Lambert picking it off and is down for Pittsburgh.
And and also Cincinnati.
L.C. Greenwood is down. Plattner's back for the Steelers.
What Anderson does not want to do, Don, is create a turnover right now. He tries to force the ball. We couldn't find his receiver. I think it was Ross. Lambert comes up with one of his game-saving tackles. They've still got a long way to go, but at least they have a chance.
If your morning shave has turned into a nightmare, gotcha. Wake up to the exclusive twin-action Norelco Rotatract razor. Inside free-floating heads, twin-action grips and raises hair up, then razors hair off, closer than ever. For twin-blade closeness without a nick or cut, the twin-action Norelco Rotatract razor, quarter rechargeable. Because for close shaves,
There's no action like twin action.
Opening now at Sears, a Christmas of red ribbon values. Joan has a garage door opener. So does Shirley. But when Shirley's light goes out like some, Joan stays on a full 4.5 minutes because hers is a Sears premium garage door opener. Besides the light, it has a vacation security switch, over 19,000 security codes, and it's now on sale for just $159.99. To wrap up a beautiful Christmas, you can count on Sears.
New Year's night, catch the primetime pageantry and excitement of the Orange Bowl as #1 ranked Clemson goes for the national championship against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. It's a classic matchup, highlighted by a spectacular halftime show. The Orange Bowl, New Year's night on NBC.
Big Anthony Munoz went down on the play for Cincinnati, but he's up and he's all right, and so is L.C. Greenwood, who was down briefly for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Anderson, who's directed this team all season, compiling some of the best numbers in his great career. A man who's twice led the NFL in passing percentage, has the lowest percentage in NFL history in interceptions, Anderson. Now the throw goes to Benny Cunningham, but really it's an ineffective play as the Bengals just come up and stuff it right back.
Well, what makes that kind of play so hard to execute, Don, is they haven't thrown the ball to Cunningham all day long down the field. So nobody's really concerned about him, but the linebackers, if he's not going down the field, are going to watch out for any sort of thing, that fooler play that might beat them. Screen pass to the tight end. It's worked so many times, but only when you have something going. And right now they have nothing at all moving.
They just do have nothing at all going. 7 minutes to play, and the Steelers needing the big play. Malone looking long, fires over the middle, and there is John Starwood with his first reception of the day. The big gainer and the connection and the first down for Pittsburgh at the 47-yard line of Cincinnati.
Malone throws another fine ball. We mentioned in the second half, when he's had receivers open, he's thrown it about as well as you can ask the kid to throw it. First reception for Stallworth all day.
Stallworth with the 22-yard gainer now has 999 yards receiving this year, 56 receptions. First and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 47-yard line. Look at the great play by Wilson Whitley, the middle guard. But it would draw to Franco. Whitley had it all the way.
These guys just keep coming. Take a look at that score. San Diego puts another 7 on the board. Tampa Bay adds 6 more. Every week, San Diego has a tough game, don't they?
They do.
And they always score.
They have given up some points, though. That one in the fourth quarter. San Diego leading Tampa Bay. Second down, now 14 after the loss on the attempted draw run by Franco Harris, and Terry Bradshaw looks on as Mark Malone throws again down the field. Bradshaw giving counsel alone whenever there's a timeout, but that time we're going to have an interference call go against Cincinnati. So the Steelers will be beneficiaries of the penalty yardage and an automatic first down.
Well, same play they called a moment ago. Stallworth comes in. It's pretty tough to beat Riley 2 or 3 times in a row at the
Pass interference. Number 13 on the defense. First down.
The ruling was very simple. They said Riley hit Stallworth before Stallworth had a chance to get to the ball. Close, but I think it was right.
John Stallworth coming back to have a great season for Pittsburgh this year. If you'll remember, last year the fractured leg kept him out virtually the entire season. That was as big a reason as any the Steelers weren't in the playoffs. Malone Takes a look. Pump fake. Got time. Now he throws. Here's a man coming back at the ball, and Lynn Swann receives it inside the 15-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh.
First time all day I've seen Malone have a chance to go to his primary receiver, come back off him, come to Swann on an option pattern. He's trying to get down to Stallworth on a corner pass. Little pump. Now he can't go to him. He's got enough time to take a look over the other side. He finds Swann coming back to the ball. Makes a nice throw, and they've got another first down.
Steeler offensive line blocking furiously, taking care of Mark Malone as Swann makes a superb play coming back at the ball. Now the Steelers are challenging, trailing 17-3 with 4:45 to play. Malone looks into the end zone, eludes one man. Now he has a problem. Look at that Whitley run. And Malone gets out of bounds. There are three big, fast guys. Wilson, Whitley. Like a cornerback, 265 pounds.
And didn't you mention that he was one of the fastest Steelers on the ball club? Take a look at the speed of the defensive line for Cincinnati. He gets outside. He's got good speed. Starts to stumble, but Whitley must be one of the fastest ball players on the Steeler club, too, because he's not losing a step.
Reggie Williams coming across also. There was a loss on the play of 4 yards. It'll be second down and 14. That's the final now. The Packers win again for the sixth time in the last 7 weeks. Their record goes to 8-7, and they could go to the playoffs. Jets are next for them. Handoff up the middle. Franco Harris runs, and penalty markers go down.
A lot of people were moving before the ball was centered, so who it was on, I'm not sure.
Down Cincinnati to so think the Steelers. Offside against the Bengals. Or if Greg knows this one's not in his hip pocket yet.
It's funny how an interception at a critical time can change the whole view.
Offside. In man on the line on the defense. Still second down.
Forrest might have been a competitive guy when he was playing.
He still is. He's a straight man, and I think that's about all you can ask of a coach. Treats everybody alike.
Exactly alike.
He's done a fine job. There's some work to do now.
Yep. The Steelers starting to get it together here. Late as the game is, there's still time. 4:36 to play. Malone looks. He throws. Overshoots his man, Brad. Going for the ball was Lynn Swann. Lewis Breeden was coming up to cover on the play. Swann was open.
Well, it's a total miscommunication. Swann was open. You're always going to find a man open, Don. But it's, does the quarterback anticipate where he's going to be when he is open? That time it was a little delayed pattern, and if he doesn't throw it on time, a lot of times he'll stop and go back to the outside. He stopped. He was wide open, and Malone overthrew him.
Now Tampa Bay rallies from behind to take the lead over San Diego with 8:06 to play. James Wilder, rookie fullback from Missouri, has scored twice. Last two touchdowns for Tampa Bay as they rally from behind. Malone drills a great catch down at the 6-yard line. John Stallworth goes up and gets it at the 6. He's going to be just short of a first down.
And it's fourth down and about a yard to go. This really kind of exposes that Malone can fire the ball. He's got a strong arm. There are certain physical qualities that he has. I think the real lack that's happening today is that the coordination between him and the receivers has not been what it was with Bradshaw over the years. And whose is? Last chance.
Malone calls his own number, and on the option play, he dives inside the 5. First down Steelers with 3:35 to play. And again, Three Rivers comes alive as the Steelers now get their offense going late in the game, trailing 17-3.
Now, every play that Cincinnati holds down here takes 30 seconds off the clock. This is a very good play by Malone. His last effort got them the ball over the first down line, but they can't afford to take 3 plays to score the football with 3:13 to go.
Steelers very slow in getting the ball into play and losing a lot of valuable time. First and goal from the 3. Touchdown, Dave Trout this year. He's
Hold up
eight.
out there. Who's at the bottom?
Minor disagreement, no big problem. 2:51 to go, and the Steelers ready to kick it off and look to get the ball back from the Bengals if they can. So the Pittsburgh Steelers get their first points of the second half, and it's 17-10.
Believe it or not, if 9 out of 10 of these homes burn down, there's no guarantee they'll be totally rebuilt. Because rebuilding costs are rising so fast, even inflation protection may not cover a home fully. But now, Allstate's got the brand new home replacement guarantee. Get it and get your home built back just like it was, even if rebuilding costs more than you're covered for. Ask your Allstate agent about the new home replacement guarantee. For ideas that make good sense today, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Behind every Schlitz is a man who knows his beer.
The people here in California know their beer. In fact, beer is a big part of their Oktoberfest. Schlitz, please. And for our master brewer, the final test is a beer drinker's taste.
I think Schlitz tastes a little better than Bud.
It's nice and mellow. I like it.
I'm impressed. This Schlitz really tastes good.
Mr. Sellinger, I'll go with your Schlitz.
I knew you would.
Behind every Schlitz is a man who knows his beer.
Monday, it's a magnificent special with the Pointer Sisters, the Commodores, and Andre Crouch. The Mac Davis Christmas Special Monday.
Don Quickie with John Brody back at Three River Stadium. The Pittsburgh Steelers have just gone into the end zone. Malone throwing to Franco Harris, and it's a 17-10 game. Now Crouch kicks off and kicks off well, driving it back downfield.
Convinced whoever it was that ball was going in the end zone. You make the judgment on your own. Looks like Fuller. He's back there, kind of steps in the end zone. I think it was.
Yep, that white line is the end zone.
Take another look at the touchdown that got Pittsburgh to within 7 points. Well-executed drive. Malone doing most of it. Ends it up with a touchdown to Franco Harris.
Just arced on down. Here's a handoff. Pete Johnson is jammed at the line of scrimmage. Joe Green took him on head on, and there's no gain on the play. It's second down and 10.
Cincinnati strategy simple. Let's try Anthony Munoz's side, see if he can move somebody off the line of scrimmage. Pittsburgh knows it. Geez, they just lost about 20 seconds on the clock by not calling timeout when the ball was dead.
2:25 left. Timeout charge to the Steelers. So they have 2 left. Cincinnati Bengals leading the game 17-10. 2:25 left to play. The Bengals led at halftime 10-3. Extended that lead to 17-3. And the touchdown moments ago, throw from Malone to Franco Harris makes it a 17-10 game. And now the Steelers fighting to get back possession of the ball. Hope to score a touchdown that could send this to overtime. So the Steelers with a timeout in the field, and Cincinnati with a 2nd and 10 coming up when we return to Three Rivers Stadium after this.
There's only one way to buy a Japanese import and get cash back. Come to Chrysler, not Datsun, not Toyota, not Honda.
Get $500 back on a new 81 Mitsubishi-built Colt or Champ. On a new 82, get $300 back. Get $500 back on a new 81 Challenger or Sapporo. On a new 82, get $300 back. Get $500 back on any new 81 or 82 Ram 50 or Arrow pickup.
Get up to $500 back on Mitsubishi imports at participating Dodge and Plymouth dealers. Not Datsun, not Toyota, not Honda. Only Chrysler.
Okay, 10 tough, mean beards versus one Bic shaver. Can one Bic shave them all?
Bic, say your prayers. My beard's gonna send this Bic to the showers.
That Bic is gonna beg for mercy.
It's amazing. It looks like one Bic shaver is going to shave these 10 tough beards.
Looks like Bic wins. I got a great shave also. No way. Let me see the replay.
Yes, one Bic shaved these 10 tough beards. How many shaves can you get?
Franco Harris, who just got in the end zone, and wait to get back out there with the offense, pacing the sidelines as the Steelers look to get the ball back. They trail 17-10 with 2:25 to play. Second and 10 for Cincinnati. Anderson throws, out the pattern, up for the ball. Collinsworth goes for it. Mel Blunt almost intercepts. Collinsworth did well to strip Mel Blunt of the ball.
Mel Blunt did it. He played the ball perfectly.
And that for the Steelers, of course, stops the clock, incomplete pass, and brings up 3rd down and 10 for Cincinnati.
Well, I tell you, though, I don't disagree with the call. Anderson has found a way now. They are in trouble. They've got to do something. He's going to a guy that's been helping him do it all year long, but he went against this man who's pretty tough to operate against.
The Isaac Hayes of cornerbacks. Mel Blunt. Big play now. If the Steelers can force the punt, they'll get the ball back with 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 10 for the Bengals. Cincinnati leading the game 17-10. Anderson takes time, takes a look. He's going to run with the ball. Anderson hurrying. Anderson moving ahead, and they stop him short of the 1st down. Cincinnati will have to punt. Steelers conserving a little time and not any timeouts as they use another one.
Let's see if Kenny Anderson's okay.
He's down right now. Good to see that he's up.
He's a tough nut, but
he's all right.
Anderson is trying to go to Collinsworth over the middle on a sort of delay play, still looking for him. Now he knows time has run out, takes it into his own hands, just comes up about 1.5 yards short. These guys have had a great year, Don, Cincinnati, and these last 2 minutes are going to dictate right now how the rest of their season's going.
Statistician Joe Costanza pointing out now that Kenny Anderson has rushed for 300 yards this season. Today, he has run the ball 6 times for 42 yards. Bad foot and all, and now let's see what happens down the stretch of this game as Cincinnati's ready to punt the ball back to Pittsburgh. Anderson of the Steelers standing back at his 32-yard line. Good snap to McAnally and a well-hit ball. Anderson's going to get it on the run, though. Great coverage by the Bengals as they sweep him under at the 37. You see the game clock down to 1:59 to play. Blair Bush, number 58, was the first to get him. And now here comes another one of those fantastic finishes.
Alcoa presents Fantastic Finishes. 1980, in overtime, Detroit's Eddie Murray kicks off to Dave Williams of the Bears. Williams grabs it and starts up the middle. He breaks through the wall and cuts left at the 30. Heading for the sideline, Williams sails past the 40 and turns on the speed that carries him untouched into the end zone for the fastest overtime win in NFL history.
Take a look at aluminum flying, aluminum trucking, aluminum driving, aluminum jet foiling. Aluminum is reducing weight and saving energy because the lighter something is, the less fuel it takes to move it. Aluminum, it's the metal that moves America. And we're doing it now. We can't wait for tomorrow.
The executive producer of NBC Sports is Don Ohlmeyer. Football coordinating producer Ted Nathanson. The telecast of today's game has been produced by George Finkel. Directed by Harry Coyle. Technical director Bruce Berquist. Associate director Joe Michaels. And we thank them all and our excellent NBC crew here at Three River Stadium as it's not over yet. 1:59 to go and the Steelers looking to get back in the end zone to tie this game. Malone throws. Harris receives. Catches the ball at the 43-yard line.
And what you notice most, Don, is that Malone is getting time to throw. He's going to find a receiver open if he gets that much time to throw. The clock did not start.
Now Now the officials stopped that. The Bengals are checking that clock very closely with good reason. It never moved.
Darn right. You know, talking about Malone, I think he's exposed to the whole crowd and those watching that he does have the potential to be a fine quarterback. I don't think he showed that in the first half. He has in the second half for sure. And right now, he's playing at the top of his ability. When you're taking your team in for a touchdown, you come back, you get one more chance. Your viewpoint is, hey, I can get it into the end zone again.
It's not working. It is not official. The time will be kept on the field.
He thinks he's going to maybe
red short-circuiting the place. Referee Red Cashin. Little wattage outage there.
1 minute, 48 seconds.
Clock works perfectly for...
Forrest is saying, I want to keep the clock. I don't blame him to watch here.
He certainly wants to be aware of how much time is left, so...
Forrest might be a good guy to have around when the fight starts.
I'll tell you what, the heat is on right now.
It's 22 degrees in Pittsburgh, but the heat is down. Here's a swing pass to Franco Harris. He turns upfield, gets to the 45. Good defensive play. Running it down was Mike St. Clair. Forrest is getting right out of the headset now. He's going to get into this thing.
We've got to pick up the first.
Right. Third down. Man's open. Lynn Swan. Runs down to the 32-yard line. We don't know what the official time is. It's got to be somewhere around 1:40. The clock on the scoreboard is out. A 23-yard gain. John will look at it again.
Okay, this looks like vintage Bradshaw. In the second half, this is just the way he's thrown the ball. He stood in there. His offensive line has given him time to throw. He's operated when given a chance. I'll tell you, it's easy to get Pittsburgh down, but to get them out seems to be another play.
Well, they just used their last timeout after the 23-yard gain to Lynn Swan. So the ball is down to the 33-yard line of the Cincinnati Bengals. 1:06 is the time remaining. We're getting this from the field because the scoreboard clock is out. It shows 1:57. The Steelers would like it to stay there.
Sure, right now they're talking about calling 2 or 3 plays. Noel does not have the luxury of sending in a messenger service right now. It's a 2-minute drill. He's got to put it in Malone's hands. Make sure the wide receivers understand what they're doing. Operate as well as you can. For a team like Cincinnati to be in this position right now, it seems like it's uncanny because they've dominated the ball game for 3.5 quarters. They find themselves with 1 minute to play in a very tenuous situation.
Very tenuous. Thanks to our spotters, Jim McGinley and Tim Fogarty, George Jordan and Jack Lewis working in the booth. As the Steelers aren't done yet with 1:06 to play, Malone takes the drop. Guns the ball. Coming back at it was Lynn Swan, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. It must have used up about 5 seconds. Somewhere around a minute left to play. Coach Knoll, whose Steelers have been so dominant over the years here at Three River Stadium. Official time 1:02 left to play. No team has had the success over the last 10 years in their home park the Steelers had. That matter, no team has had the success the Steelers have had with 4 Super Bowl championships. Now they break the huddle. The 2 great ones come wide right.
They got a pretty good one left in Jim Smith.
He's to the left, Jim Smith. Here's a throw over the middle. Stallworth started to turn upfield before he caught the ball, and again a big third down comes up, third down and 10. Immediately after the game, we'll be going right to New York to NFL 81 and Brian Campbell for a complete update on this 15th weekend of play. Games going back and forth as teams fight for the playoffs. 58 seconds left to play. Steelers trailing 17-10, looking to score, possibly force overtime. They have to win this game or their season ends. There'll be no playoffs for the Pittsburgh Steelers if they lose today. Cincinnati conversely wins the championship. Into the end zone, Swan is there. Incomplete. Jim Smith going for the ball. Just off his fingertips. Smith had the defense beaten by a step.
seen him pull balls like that down. I think he misjudged it. The ball got up in the air, kind of took off on him. When this ball is thrown, it looks to me as if Smith's going to run right under it. Just a little outstretched, but one last chance again.
After all the weeks and hours, thousands of man-hours of work that goes into a football season, the Steelers' whole season could come down to this play. It's 4th down and 10. They're not going to go anywhere unless they convert this for a 4th down. For a 1st down, take it into the end zone if they can. They almost get a play go. 4th and 10. Malone drops. It's all on the line now. Malone throws. It's incomplete. And the Bengals take over the ball, and the Cincinnati Bengals, for the first time since 1970, will win the American Football Conference Central Division. And under Forrest Gregg, they very well could have the home field advantage in the AFC playoffs. Mark Malone, number 16 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, did his very best, standing in for the great Terry Bradshaw, but the Steelers couldn't deliver against a Cincinnati team that has now beaten them 5 consecutive times. And the Bengals, deserving champions of the AFC Central, and at Three Rivers Stadium, the people start to head home. This team they love, the Pittsburgh Steelers, is going to come up short in 1981. They'll not go to the playoffs.
You know, it's such a tough deal for Pittsburgh, but I've got to be elated for Kenny Anderson because he's had the kind of year the quarterback dreams of. His football team has responded. It looks like they're going to be a team that's going to be outstanding for several years to come. But Anderson in particular has just come up with the big plays all year long when they need them. And I hated to see that one interception to put Pittsburgh back in the ball game because I know he wouldn't have forgiven himself.
Well, he played a great game, injury and all. We saw how much he ran for today. And so the Cincinnati Bengals do the countdown on the sidelines and on the field. We don't know the official time. As we mentioned, the game clock is out on the scoreboard.
And the Steelers are out of timeout, so...
Joe Costanza, our spotter, our statistician today for NBC Sports, and right now it is a 17-10 game, and that's how it's going to stand when the final numbers are in. See Isaac Curtis, the fastest Bengal, standing back just in the rare event that there should be a fumble and a pickup by the Steelers, and when somebody there could run it down. But that won't happen. The victory will, and the Cincinnati Bengals, the champions of the AFC Central. What a year for Forrest Gregg and the Bengals. 17-10 the final score at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Chuck Noll and his Pittsburgh Steelers leave the field, a beaten club and a team out of the playoffs in 1981. As Art Rooney said before the game, if we don't make the playoffs, we have no one to blame but ourselves. We gave 3 games away right here, including the opener when they fumbled so many times against Kansas City.
When you look at it, Cincinnati's just had a great year. They deserve it. I think they're the best team in the AFC, and I think now they're over the hump.
Behind every Schlitz is a man who knows his beer.
The people in St. Louis know their beer, but as a master brewer...
Schlitzer.
Thank you. I know one taste of my Schlitz can change a lot of minds, and now more people know.
I like Schlitz better than Bud.
I'm a Miller drinker, but you have to taste Schlitz to believe it.
Mr. Sillinger, your Schlitz tastes good. It's a good tasting beer.
Here's to it.
Behind every Schlitz is a man who knows his beer.
Those of you in the Atlanta area, the Cincinnati game against the Bengals will be seen at 4 o'clock. That'll be a 4 o'clock kickoff at Fulton County Stadium. The Bengals, champions of the AFC Central, and the Falcons fighting for a playoff spot as the Bengals score the big victory they had to score here today in Pittsburgh to put a lock on the season. And look at Mike St. Clair. The celebration begins in Cincinnati.
And it should, Don. I mentioned that I thought they were the best team in the AFC. They were convincingly the best team throughout the middle part of the season. And when you get into a slump, they run into San Francisco, who's hot. They don't get a touchdown. They don't do the same thing early in this ball game. Then they come on late. They put it together. I see them as the best team.
Coming up next is NFL Report. Now for John Brody, this is Don Crickey. Glad you could be with us in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
A promotional fee has been paid to NBC by United Airlines. We serve more of this land's top 100 business centers than any other airline. Fly the friendly skies.
Quincy counsels a dying woman.
What can I do for her?
Wednesday.
Genesee is believing.
We used to
to take those fancy travel folder vacations. Now we're having more fun.
For less money.
Right here in Genesee country.
And even if you're a beginner, it's a great life. Fresh air, good food, and the best tasting beer. Genesee.
You can count on Jenny Taste, cause it's brewed in just one place. Genesee, it is believing.
Grover, stop crying. Melissa, stop barking. Everybody stop everything.
There are times when you just can't face your Union National teller. That's when you go to your Union National 24-hour personal teller. It handles your checking and savings, deposits, withdrawals, almost everything your regular teller handles. But it'll wait until you're ready. Get this card now at Union National and do almost any banking anytime with your 24-hour personal teller.
Oh, great.
Beyond the carols and the gifts, the stringing of popcorn, dreams of reindeer pawing on the roof, and toasts to the new year, Thrift Drug knows the other side of the holidays. For the other side of the holidays and all the mornings after, trust Thrift Drug.
The one you can trust.
Pittsburgh's 11, the news station.
NFL Report, brought to you today by Budweiser. For all you do, this buzz for you.